Okay, so we have not done, this is a long overdue video. So I'm in my kitchen, and I'm here with the baby, and my husband's actually going to take him. However, I kind of did want him to be up because I want to keep it real. I know a lot of you guys have kids, and I know it's crazy, and people want to say they don't have time to prep, but you really only need time one day a week. The kids can be there running around, they can be coloring. My other son is out at a play date with his friend, but normally he would be home. You know, I could wash clothes in between. So, my husband's going to come take the baby, and then we're going to talk a little bit more, babe. And he's just going to put him down for a nap. And then, basically, we are here to do a food prep video. Now, the reason why it's been long overdue, babe, the reason why it's been long overdue is because, night-night, night-night, say bye. The reason why it's been long overdue is because my goals have changed. So I didn't want to do a food prep video going over the things that I eat or prep food that I'm not going to eat, which, you know, I can eat all of this stuff. But I also will say, many of you have seen my videos, and all of my food is plain, but I have said time and time again, you guys do not have to eat your food plain. You can have flavor on your food, it's just going to be what kind of flavoring. So, I am here with my amazing client, Karrah, and the reason why we decided to do this little collaboration is this incredible woman right here has lost 120 plus pounds in about 4 months and 1 week. Now, I will tell you this, she hit 100 pounds in 3 months and 2 weeks, and I literally... She says, and we talk voice record all the time, that the reason why she was able to stay on track and never had one cheat in the first 100 pounds, and I don't even count what she had as like a cheat, but it's because her food is so flavorful. So like she's pretty much, in my eyes, she's like a chef. And yeah, and compared to most, but still, like she's going to teach you guys about how to flavor your food, how to make your food feel like you know, food is fuel. Food is not entertainment. When people tell me I'm bored of eating the same thing, you know, that's a poor choice of words. It's not the right kind of word to describe your food. But you got to think of food as your energy and what the purpose of it is, the purpose of carbs, the purpose of your protein. So we're going to add flavor to food. She's going to teach you about what her food has been flavored with. I will keep it real with you. She did have a mild treat. Literally after she hit 100 pounds, it was the fish on the inside of a taco and 2 sips of a glass of wine. That to me doesn't even count. And she's like, I don't even know why I did it. And then now back on her regular daily grind. So, right now she's kind of like cutting vegetables. Are you done?
For the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's going to kind of talk to you a little bit about like what she has going on over here, and even school you guys on some like shopping stuff. So like the greens and stuff. So, Karrah, take it away.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Go.
While we're talking vegetables, here's a really quick tip. What's up, guys? First of all, here's a really quick tip. When you're buying your vegetables, so today I have regular green beans, but it's just because I couldn't find what they're called Karrah-Aguirre, which is they're the smaller baby green beans. And I also have large Brussels sprouts, but I prefer smaller Brussels sprouts. And in general, when you're looking for veggies, you want to go with the smaller or baby veggies like baby spinach and things like that, especially since, you know, we don't have salt. We're not supposed to use salt, and we're not supposed to use a lot of things with sodium to flavor stuff. But if you get the baby vegetables like baby spinach or the smaller asparagus or anything green, if you get the smaller version of it, it's going to be more flavorful and it won't be as bitter. So sometimes when you get those huge Brussels sprouts, they're really bitter, or the regular spinach is really bitter. So that's a really quick tip for you. And I think we're going to start with some rice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so basically we're going to do like a pre and a post. We're going to do all meals. So I pretty much have most of my clients eat about 6 meals a day. I don't really consider like anything a breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then we talk about the purpose of carbs. So carbs need to be around your workout. So she's going to go over like how she preps her breakfast, pre and, well, not breakfast, her pre and post, and then we're going to do all the other meals, and we're going to do it for days in advance. So, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if you can they see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, let's talk about some essentials that you need that I needed in my kitchen to help me flavor stuff without using salt, because that was a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie. First week I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make it because I can salt with the best of them. But the first things that were helpful are bay leaf. I'm gonna get some of that. I'm actually gonna use that when we cook our rice. Go ahead and throw that in. It's gonna definitely change, your view on eating plain brown rice. We got some thyme. We got some rosemary. If you're a person that likes spice, I definitely recommend jalapeno. Especially when you're coming from those workout sessions, if you just go ahead and blow your palate with the spiciest thing in the world, that pain will go away, I'm going to tell you. It helped in the first month. I mean, you're definitely going to want to go with your fresh garlic, and then we'll talk about some of the dry stuff. Oh my gosh, okay. What is this? Chicken. This is the chicken grilling blend from Mrs. Dash. You're going to want to get some of that in your life. I think you can order it online. So that was the chicken grilling blend. It's a salt-free thing from Mrs. Dash. It's better than the regular one. And I'll use it in addition to granulated onion, granulated garlic, black pepper. Those are things you just want to go, like I have these big things. I just went to Costco and just get them. It'll last you like 6 months. Will last me like 6 months. Crushed red pepper. Again, I'm all about the spices. Paprika, and we got coconut oil. Had to switch up off of that vegetable oil. All that, let it go. So definitely want to try to stock your pantry with these spices, and you can't go wrong. All your food's going to be great. Oh, and while we're talking about that, go ahead and invest in a thermometer. If you're tired of eating dry chicken is supposed to be 165, and it should be pretty moist. Even if it's plain, you won't be like pick your teeth.
I did not know that.
165. You get it there. I do a slow cook. Some people do a fast cook. It doesn't matter how you cook it. Just get it to that 165.
So are you talking about like a whole roasted chicken? Or are you talking about your chicken pieces and then you test it?
Any piece of chicken and get it to 165. It's going to be moist.
Oh.
It's going to be nice for you. Yes.
You learn something new every day. Okay.
That's the instant read, but you can use any thermometer.
So what brand is this?
This is NSF. I don't know.
Did you get it off Amazon or?
Yeah, I got this one offline, but they sell them at Lucky's. Regular grocery stores. It's probably pretty cheap offline, but they're just instant read thermometers. Okay. You just turn them on and you just probe chicken 165.
Okay.
Do it.
All right, so now what do we have going on back here? And then what we're going to do, just so you know, is she's going to tell you kind of what she's got going, and then we're going to freeze frame a few times, and then tell you how long, everything is supposed to cook for.
Yes, okay, so I'm going to take, I'm going to go 2 bay leaves today. I've got some brown rice. This is organic brown rice. This is a long grain.
You can get that on Amazon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen it.
It's probably way cheaper.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go ahead and that's how it goes. Prep enough of this for the week. So again, follow the directions on the back of your package. Jen has given us those fabulous meal plans, so we know how much to use. But definitely throw a bay leaf in with your rice. Alright, so I'm going to get that going. I just go ahead and put it all in with the water, give it a couple of stirs. A little burn here.
So I normally boil my water and then put the rice in, but she's doing it different, so.
Yeah, I put it in like this, bring it up to a boil, and then I'll cover it, and then I'll take it down to a simmer and let it go for about 40 minutes with brown rice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't have to watch it cook, so you can do other things while the rice is cooking.
Yeah. When it comes to rice, though, the grain size does make a difference. So if you get the short grains, nothing wrong with it. It tastes fine. But if you're finding that your rice keeps coming out gummy and sticky and stuff like that, it's because it's a short grain versus a long grain. I don't know. You can try it out.
I didn't know that either. Okay.
All right. So this is going.
The rice is still working. She's got something over here that after she explains some stuff, she's going to explain what she put in here, and this is for greens. And then we got the chicken laid out. She's going to explain what she's going to do, and then I'll bring the camera over. So, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to do some green beans. Now I have the like old school fatter green beans, so these are gonna take a little bit. You gotta break them down a little bit. I don't really recommend roasting green beans. It hasn't really worked out well for me. I'll tell you. So I like to drop them in some seasoned water, and by seasoned water, I'll just take regular water, bring it to a boil on the stove, and I'll add some of these essential seasonings, the Mrs. Dash, that chicken flavor. Put a little bit in. Okay, let me tell you, the first thing about cooking, don't stroke out. It's going to be fine. So if you put a little bit of extra of this and a little bit of extra of that, it's probably going to taste fine. If it doesn't, you'll just know next time that was probably too much. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And then I got some granulated onion, like I talked about earlier, the garlic, some pepper. I'm going to actually crush a fresh clove of garlic. I'm actually going to leave the skin on, okay? I'm going to put that in there. You can eat that if you want to, but I never really do. And I'm also going to put in a bay leaf. Bay leaves are your friend when it comes to things in water. Let me tell you that. Okay, so then I've got my green beans here. Sorry, this is my prep plate.
So green beans.
I gotta get Jen some
Brussels
bigger
sprouts.
plates. My plates are bigger at home, but
Yeah,
anyway.
man, sorry.
Anyway, but so I'm not gonna do the Brussels. I'm just gonna put these green beans in. Sometimes I cut them. Sometimes I just like them whole because they just make me feel better when I'm eating them. So they're like really long. I don't know. It does something for me. Anyway, so then I'm just gonna drop these in this water here. Oh, don't know to leave there.
Put it in the sink.
Yeah.
Because it's got chicken on it. It's got raw chicken
Don't
on
kill
it.
nobody. Don't kill anybody.
When she was up, there goes another one. Oh,
Yeah.
there goes another
No,
one.
leave it there. It'll flavor the chicken. Leave it on
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh, all right.
Just leave it on there. All right.
It'll flavor the chicken.
There you go. By the way, when I was talking about that 165 with the chicken, that is the standard, that's the health thing. So you can throw vegetables on your chicken and cook them all at the same time. Just make sure your chicken gets to that 165 temperature.
I cannot believe I have to get one of those. Okay.
Don't kill anybody. Okay, so these green beans, I'm going to let them go on a little bit of a roar. Now, if you're working with the Karrah-Aguirre, those are more tender, so those really just need like 5 minutes. These guys, I'm going to let them go for like 8 minutes, and I'm not ashamed. I'll just reach in and grab one and make sure, you know, it's to my desired depth.
And that's at high.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's talk about this chicken. So I've got this chicken on here, and I've got, if you look at the chicken tenders, you're working with chicken tenders, so that's like my go-to. I can go get big packs of them. My favorite place to get them is from Costco, in those large packs, but these are coming from Sprouts today. They're a little bit bigger, and you want to weigh them out, because it's usually like, what, 4 ounces? Alright, so you want to weigh those out, so you want to know, like, how much you're eating and everything. I'm sorry, I keep looking at this rice.
You can, I'm all about consistency, so if you always weigh your protein after cooking, you can always weigh your protein after cooking. Because like, that, like, sometimes it's hard to separate your chicken beforehand. Like when we did the video on the potatoes, we talk about how you have to weigh it before, so you can come back in here. We talked about how you have to weigh it before, but with your chicken, you can do it afterwards and then put it in its separate Tupperwares and stuff. It doesn't have to be before.
Okay.
And then it's fresh, not frozen. And then it's either, you could do chicken breasts, but the only thing that, why we're saying tenders or thin pounded out fillets is because they cook more consistently. So like with breasts, you have one side that's super thick and one side that's thin. So we want it to cook consistently. That's why we go with one of those two.
Alright, let's do this. Okay, so I have these gloves here. I'm going to start on one side. And when you're doing your seasoning, you want to go ahead, be liberal with it. You know, you don't have any salt. I mean, don't drench the chicken, but you know, don't be afraid. So let's get it going. I'm starting with a little onion powder. And you want to season high so it's, you know, semi-even. I'm going to go with a little garlic.
I'm videotaping this. Sorry.
Little garlic powder. Make it rain, guys, you know. Get all over that. Let's see, I got some pepper here. I'm a big fan of fresh ground pepper, but when you're bulk cooking, sometimes you just don't have time for that. So just going to get you some already ground pepper, take the stress off. Again, I'm a proponent of go ahead and get that spice in there. So I've got some crushed red pepper. Alright, now, today, I'll be adding a little bit of this paprika, but I don't always put it on there. But again, don't be afraid of the spices. They are your friend. especially since we are being healthy and we're cutting back on salt. Now, I have these gloves here because I don't want to contaminate my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead on and flip these, and yes, you need to get both sides. It's very important. So don't just do one side. Give the chicken some love. Alright.
And then you flip them after they're cooked? Like you flip them while they're cooking?
No.
You only have to do, you're flipping them just to season.
Right, just to season. So here's the thing. The reason why I don't flip them while they're cooking is because, and go ahead and throw this away. There you go. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And you get the gist. Okay. But the reason why I don't flip them while they're cooking is because...
I don't either, but just asking why.
Because in the bottom, when I get done seasoning them, I'm going to add chicken broth. You want to talk about the chicken broth?
Oh, okay. So, a lot of the times people don't realize how much, like, even when people are sick and they typically go to, like, crackers, ginger ale, garbage, and then regular canned soup. So I always tell my clients, you could totally have soup all day long. She was just telling me that that's like her go-to. And it's just going to be about what kind of soup. So if you can make it fresh, like the actual natural chicken broth from the chicken, which I don't know how to do, you get low sodium. Now all this time, until today, again, I learned like 6 things today. I've always sent people to go get the low sodium chicken broth, which is like 140, as opposed to like 600. But this one, she brings to my house. I had to take a picture of it so I could show it to people, but now they'll see it in this video. So it's organic, so I just want to make sure that it's in the video. Here we go. So it's organic. I'm looking at it behind the camera. And then free-range chicken broth, unsalted. And then the best part is it's only 40 milligrams of sodium. And then of course I teach you guys about looking at it. Is it 40 for 2 servings? This is 2 servings, or it's just 1. And she was saying that she also dilutes it. So you're like getting no sodium and you're getting your broth. So if you're sick or if you just like soup, this is going to be your go-to.
I'll tell you. Okay. So what I do, okay, so now.
So what was the stuff that you just put on top?
Let me tell you. So okay, so how we're going to cook this is at 325. I've already got my oven warming, and I've got some fresh herbs on top. Which is, you definitely want to spring for that, because the problem with dried herbs is, first of all, this chicken is going to cook in about 20, maybe 25 minutes, maybe 30, but usually I get it in around 25. And, which is not enough time to break down dried herbs. So fresh herbs are your friend if you want to get the flavor in. So, there you go.
Lesson number 3, I just learned.
Alright, so I got some tarragon, I got some rosemary, and today I have some thyme.
So this is the thyme? No, that's the rosemary.
That's the rosemary.
Where's the rosemary?
That's the thyme. I got some more thyme.
Okay.
Yeah, we always got time for thyme.
Rosemary, thyme, and my favorite ones are like
sage.
Rosemary, thyme, and sage are my 3 favorite.
Yeah, they didn't have sage at the store today, so.
So she's doing rosemary, thyme, and what was the other one that you just
Tarragon.
Tarragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tarragon is one of my faves as well, but I'm definitely down for sage, especially if you're like missing Thanksgiving.
Not missing it, but.
No, I mean the time of year, if you want some of that comfort.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we go. Oh, here it goes. Okay. So, 325. Now, the reason, if I wasn't doing this with this broth will help to stabilize the temperature. So, it's going to be less likely that I dry out my chicken. So, it's going to keep it, it's like a little bath for the chicken. And I'm just going to put in, so this whole container is what? 1 cup? I'm going to do like half of the cup. Sorry, I'm like spilling stuff.
Don't worry, that's for a trip.
Alright, I'm going to do half of a cup. And I'm going to split this, let's see. So this is like, this is about 10 servings of 4-ounce chicken breast per pan. So it's about 20, I mean it's really like no sodium at all. But, I mean, you can add it in if you're a stickler. But I'm going to put about half of a cup in the bottom of the pan. And try to get it on the outside of the chicken so you don't wash off all the seasonings. You just took the time to pour on there. Just kind of.
She's pouring it in between the chicken, like just on the aluminum.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. Alright. These store in the refrigerator are real simple. They're small. I love these little guys. They're my favorite, and they're my next go-to when I'm not making my own homemade chicken broth, which we will do sometime in the future. I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so I'm going to take these chickens. My green beans are probably pretty done. I'm going to pull that off for a second. I'm going to take this in. It's going in the oven. Again, we're at 325. And I'm going to check it probably in about 15 minutes. Again, I'm going to go in with this thermometer though. I'm going to definitely check that. Let's check the green beans here. You can get in on this. This is goodness. This water, that's what's up. So when you get done with your green beans, you can actually save this water, let it cool, and put it in the refrigerator. Look at it again. I don't know. It'll last like a week. Okay. That was hot. but it's perfect. I like it a little bit crispy, but I just wanted to be broken down a little bit.
You totally played it off like it wasn't hot.
We have these soup coolers. Okay.
Okay, so just a quick clip. She just emptied out the greens, and now she's using that to put at the bottom of her pan, and then she's about to roast her Brussels sprouts. So that's what she uses at the bottom of it instead of using, let's say, like oil and adding extra fat or like a spray pan. So just a little sidebar, and then we'll get back to the next video. And then are you going to put anything on top of those seasonings or no? I mean on top of the Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, I just do the pepper usually with my Brussels. I kind of like it like that. I'm a purist with the Brussels sprouts because I think they get nice and sweet by themselves. But you definitely want to quarter them or cut them in half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she cut them, and then she's just going to put a little bit of, what'd you say? Pepper, and then just use that broth.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so she's going to talk to you a little bit about greens real quick, and then I'll tell you what we have coming up.
Alright, don't be fooled when they have these packages that say microwavable and they have these veggies in here. Don't be fooled. Just get the regular veggies. This was like $5. I could have gotten a bunch of asparagus for about $1.99. But I got this because I wanted to tell you all asparagus is microwavable, which is how I prefer to cook my asparagus. Just take like, I think it's like 6 per serving. Snap off the ends like this. Oh. Okay. Here we go. User error. Okay. So they come like this, and you want to just go ahead on and wherever it just naturally snaps, that's where you want to take it to. Put it in the microwave. It's going to be great. Put it in there for about maybe 45 seconds to a minute, depending on how hot your microwave gets. Alright, there's that. And then also, you want to just keep some baby spinach in your refrigerator. Like I keep maybe about 3 boxes of this at a time. It goes on my soup, it goes in my eggs. Anytime I just need to hurry up and get some chicken and some greens real quick, it's in there. So you want to always make sure you have this, and definitely go with the baby spinach over the bigger spinach. It's going to taste better, guys. It won't be so bitter. Go for it.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So I give clients different carb options for their pre and post. You can do rice, you can do potatoes. I've done the video on the sweet potatoes. You can do oatmeal, you can do cream of wheat. Depending on the client, you can do cream of rice. And then your proteins are going to be either, let's say, like eggs or protein shakes. So usually, let's say, like, maybe protein shake before, eggs after, whatever. So what she's going to do is, just because of the video, to make it simple and quick, which we'll do another one, she's doing eggs with her rice, and then what she would normally do is just another of rice and her chicken. You can also do, cream of wheat, and then your protein powder as a pre, and then what she's going to make now as your post. So that's predominantly where your carbs need to be, is around your workout. Now I should specify workout meaning training, resistance training, legs, back, total body, whatever. That's what I mean. Not pre and post cardio. Cardio is supposed to be on an empty stomach. Post cardio, depending on if your post cardio is your pre, in between meal, pre-training, then yes. And then the amount of carbs that you get, it's different for each person, for their goal, for their size, for how much muscle they have, what body type they are, and all that stuff is determined by your, me, coach, or whatever. So we're going to freeze frame now, and then we'll come back when she's ready, getting that rice ready. We're back.
We're back. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about my pre-workout, what I do for that. Jim's going to talk to you about the protein shake, but I'm going to talk to you about like some food because I intermix. Sometimes I'll have the shake and sometimes I'll have my egg whites. Now, I'm not someone who can just eat boiled egg whites all the time, or I'm not really... How are those Brussels sprouts looking? They're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't really get with the egg whites and the oatmeal, although I know some people do that, but it didn't really work out for me. So what I do is I take my rice. So I think we get about 1/3 of a cup of what is it? I think you have cream of wheat on my meal plan. But anyway, I looked at the discrepancy of the carbs, and they're pretty much the same. I think this one is like 0.23 grams of carbs over the cream of wheat. So I just use brown rice. So anyway, so I'll take that. I'll take my serving of brown rice. I'll multiply it by 5. I'm supposed to have 5 egg whites. So I'll take 5 egg whites and I'll multiply that by 5. That would be 25 egg whites. I'm still doing the old-fashioned cracking the egg, getting the egg white. So I'll do that. Now today, I don't have the normal casserole dish that I bake this in. It's going to be like a frittata, except for I'm using brown rice instead of potatoes. So I'm going to use this dish and I'm going to do 1 serving just so I can show you guys what it kind of looks like. Alright, so I've got my rice here.
Do you need a 3rd cup serving?
Yes, that would be awesome. Okay, so I'll take my rice. It's nicely cooked here. I've got that, it's nice and fragrant. Got that bay leaf going. I'll take that and we're going to spread it out around the bottom of the pan here. And there we go. And then I've got some flavor profile that I'm going to add to this. Okay. Can they still see me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got some green onion, also known as scallion. I've got 1 of those, and it's mostly just the green tips. So try to just get the green parts. We're going to go ahead and sprinkle that in. I've got some garlic that I've minced up. If you have a garlic press, that's even better. I don't have a garlic press today. I've got some jalapeno. Again, I'm all about the spice. If you just want that kind of jalapeno kick, but you don't want to blow yourself up with the heat, take the seeds out. Now, I'm using my bare hands, but be careful using jalapenos, especially the guys. You know, don't be touching anything that you know, might be set on fire with the jalapenos. So, take the seeds out. I'm going to grate in a little bit of ginger. It's going to kind of have a fried rice effect, I think. I think that's kind of the closest way I can explain how this tastes, but it's going to be like a frittata texture. Okay, there we go. So I got this. I'm going to throw this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then, no, I lied. Probably for like 5 minutes. I don't know where I got 15 to 20 from. Probably for like 5 minutes just to start breaking down the seasonings that I put on top. Okay.
So we're going to let's take the chicken out. Are you going to put that in there? Oh, the conventional oven?
I'll put it over here.
Oh, okay.
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 But I am going to tip my chicken. Thank you for reminding me. You want to talk about the protein?
Okay, so, well, the protein shake I already talked about. You just might have missed it.
I missed it.
Yes, you did. Okay, so we'll shut that off. She's going to test her chicken. Oh, I almost dropped the camera. I wish I could zoom in. I know I can, but whatever. I'm going to try and figure it out. So it's been in there, just so you guys know, it's been in there for 20 minutes exactly.
What station are we listening to?
Old School Funk. Oh, so by the way, while she's doing that, I always have music on, so, you know, you could enjoy food prepping. So it's at 160. Does that mean you would put it in for like another 2 minutes?
It's at 161, and actually that's good. I'm good with that because there's something in cooking called carryover. So if you can get it within the 5 degrees, you're good. Go ahead and shut your oven off and just let it just marinate like that. It'll get to 165.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's called carryover cooking. So you're good.
Okay. So she just took the rice that's underneath there out of the convectional oven, and then now that's her 5 eggs. But remember, again, this is only 1 serving. So normally she would do 5 servings for 5 meals. She's gonna pour that over the top and then throw it back in. So we'll see you soon. Oh, and we're about to start separating those. Okay.
Okay, guys, back again. Here we go. So here was the my egg rice pre-workout. It's my meal 1. So this is what it looks like. This is just one serving of it. So usually I make it in a longer pan and I'll divide it up into like the 5 portions like I was talking about. Now you could take like the whole, if you're making it in a large pan, the whole square, put it in a Ziploc bag, it freezes well, take it out, pop it in the microwave, all that good stuff, or put it in the fridge. We've got our chicken here, weighed out, 4 ounces.
So we put everything in Ziploc. We even cut it so that it weighed exactly 4 ounces. It was 2 that were like 3.9. So this rice, probably when she gets home, what she'll do is she'll separate it and put it in Tupperwares for her post meal, and then she'll make 4 more servings of this. You don't have to freeze it.
No, you don't have to freeze it.
Because 5 days is not like, it's not going to go bad.
No, it's not a lot. But sometimes, I'm going to tell you though, for this rice sometimes I will put it in these little things. I'll separate it and I will freeze the rice because frozen rice works out really well, especially if you're using brown rice.
And then these are the vegetables we just put in one big Ziploc bag. And then basically what she says is, what she'll do is she'll just take it. This is enough to get her, with her spinach, to get her for 5 days. So this right here, minus the protein powder, this right here, and minus 5 servings, obviously, is 5 days worth of food. So you could do this times 5, you could do this times 7. Like, this is how you prep for the week. Granted, I mean, we were making a video, so it did take us a lot longer, but like, if you were doing this on your own, how long would it normally take you to prep for 5 days?
You know, if I was in my own environment, it would probably take me about an hour.
An hour. Okay, it took us like 2 hours to make the video and everything with explanation,
Yeah.
and that's usually how long it takes me. Again, my stuff is totally different, but you know, I really wanted to give you guys some flavor on your food, just in a video as opposed to just telling you. And that's it. There we go.
Yeah, you make sure this stuff is cool before you put it in the fridge, guys. Okay.
And make sure it's cool before you put it in the Ziploc bags too. I did once. I put it in like super thin ones, and it kind of just went right through. So just let it cool off on the counter. So you'll be seeing more videos. We're going to do just single recipes instead of like a big prep. So the next couple videos will be going to be super short. We'll do potatoes. We'll do maybe another breakfast. We're going to get creative with our stuff. So
yeah, hit us up if you want to see something too.
Yes, comment. Like the video, share it with your friends. Comment below if you're local and you're interested in working in the program. AguirreFitness.com. That'll be in the description. If you're not local, you can email me and I can tell you about my coaching program. I have clients all over the world. But I hope you enjoyed this. Deuces.
Peace out, y'all.